Good evening. Welcome to ITV News Meridian.
Tonight's headlines. High speed ahead for the region's massive rail project HS2. The government wins the legal battle. What now for protesters?
Good evening. The government's claiming a High Court victory tonight over the high-speed rail link HS2 and its legal fight with protesters.
Those against it said they hadn't been properly consulted over the route, but the court disagreed. It means the scheme will go ahead without delay.
HS2 will now be built by 2025, linking London and Birmingham. It will cut through several towns, villages and historic countryside in Oxfordshire and Buckinghamshire.
Though the government won today's court bid, it did, however, fail in consulting over compensation, as our transport correspondent Mike Pearce now explains.
Outside the High Court, there was clear disappointment as campaigners read the full details of today's judgment. They'd lost their battle to delay the high-speed scheme.
We're very disappointed, but
not surprised.
We're not surprised. We were prepared for this outcome and we will continue with our campaign. It changes nothing.
It's still too much money. There are still better alternatives. The fight will go on. It is that simple. The government has to see sense on this project.
There were 5 challenges claiming the government had failed to properly consult and consider the environmental impacts. 4 were thrown out, but campaigners did win one of them. In a hard-hitting ruling, the judge said the government had failed to properly consult on how much compensation those living along the route would get. He said the consultation was so unfair, it was unlawful.
As we've actually been standing up for our residents, it's gone right through an area of outstanding national beauty that's nationally designated.
At the end of the day, you lost the case.
Well, what we've actually got is a judgment that, first of all, is found in favour of the argument on the compensation.
But you lost the rest.
No, hang on. What the judge has actually said, and don't believe all the Department for Transport's spin on this, by the way, that actually on the consultation on the process through Parliament, they have not found, that he has not found in favour of HS2. What he's actually said is the challenge is at the wrong time.
The government will now run a property consultation again, but say it will not delay the scheme.
The government has said it will reconsult on the property propositions, and that will continue in parallel, but it doesn't delay us getting on with the project. So we move ahead now to deliver the hybrid bill, deposit that by the end of the year.
And so a partial victory today for campaigners fighting the controversial plan. They say they'll now appeal against the parts they lost. In terms of the government, they say it's now full steam ahead with High Speed 2, and today's ruling will not delay the project. Mike Pearce, ITV News at the High Court in London.